In this video, we are going to continue Dynastic Sanctuary with a Velociraptor speed build. I did this in my free time, a visitor center and some garden type thing. With the inside having skeletons, I took two, the Argentinosaurus and Spinosaurus from the workshop, and this little line for information, along with the Dynastic Sanctuary mural. So let's get right in. I'm PrehistoricPC. Welcome to another PrehistoricPC video in Prehistoric Kingdom. First thing I'm doing is I'm aligning the flooring because I'm going to do a custom floor. I send them using this pre-built thing. I don't really do anything, just the pre-built layout. I do end up changing the color because it is supposed to be a desert area, so I'm going to change the color. This is probably my best build yet. You could be the judge of that, but I'm looking for the little brick area because this is how I'm going to do the fence. It's kind of like a little brick with some other stuff, like different colors. It's supposed to look worn down a little bit. And I'm going to add some like mesh and some climb-proof stuff like I did in the Dilophosaurus enclosure. So you guys can, because you guys watch my video. It's my most viewed video, which is surprising, if I'm being completely honest. And I'm doing the mesh with the climb-proof fences because the Velociraptor, it can jump. I'm pretty sure we all know this. We're doing this mesh fence. I do end up having to rescale it multiple times so I can get it really small. I would use the little wood poles and turn it black. Just like the metal piece is better. I put that little area for the Velociraptors so I can make it climb-proof. And angling everything. The key to building stuff like this, it's probably just most of my builds like the Dilophosaurus one, I just wanted to be done, so I didn't make any custom walls. I did end up doing that, but just you need to put your heart into it. Like I did with this. It ended up being my best build yet. Now I'm putting in all the fences together. Like putting in a little angle. And now I'm gonna like put an addition into the flooring. Selecting each fence. Once you have one piece, you have them all. So now that we have that, I'm gonna finish up the fence and I'm putting in a little I'm finishing up the flooring with this. This is one of the parts I had trouble with. And now just putting in the flooring into making it look good and fit. I have trouble with this clipping, and I don't like. There's no really easy solution to it. If you do find a solution to it, please notify me. I really could use that. And that's pretty much it. I'm putting like a little window for viewing because I do know that the bars at the bottom of the cage make it hard for views. I put some little glass here, and I'm putting in I just hit my microphone. I'm putting in what's the word for it? Like little window. I'm putting in some plaster to make like a little rock facade for walls. I like how it's turned out. I really like how the video turned out. The entire enclosure itself too. This is, again, my best build yet. I put a lot of detail into it. Much more than I did with my last one. Like, a bunch of detail. It took me an hour, like about an hour 15. I don't really, like, it says 71 minutes. So that's what, an hour and 10 minutes? Hour and 12 minutes, let's call it that. Now I'm just putting in some more fencing here. I do end up trying to do some, like, change in here, but I just put in the, just regular and just make it straight, kind of like a little window. And then, this is my favorite part, the hard shelter. I didn't do this with the Acrocanthosaurus, but, yeah. So this is what I did, and Oh god. What am I saying again? Oh yeah, so this is what I did for the hard shelter where velociraptors can sleep, because this is what I've wanted to do since day one. Um, this is what I've been doing since day one. Uh, the Archaeopteryx aviary, and then I was supposed to do Velociraptor. I had to plan to do a Velociraptor and Archaeopteryx in the same build. I didn't end up doing that because I thought it was too big. But now we're going big on enclosures. So now I'm putting like a little backstage area for the floor. Now I'm putting in this. This is supposed to be a little gate area that I just did, and now I'm putting in some railings for the Velociraptors. Realistically, they would be able to jump over it, but what are we gonna do about that? Absolutely nothing. I had trouble putting in a gate, so I just did like one of the air doors. I just shortened the door, and now I put in that area for the fill in the gaps, and then I'm putting in a little white light switch here, which was, I think turned out pretty well. It's supposed to be a little light switch, it's a little light switch, to turn on the lights, because what are you gonna, you're gonna have to turn on lights, so. And I put in that little light switch, just putting in plaster, rescaling it. The rescale tool is really good here, so that's why I like Prehistoric Kingdom more than Planet Zoo. Of course, it still isn't early access, so it's gonna have a few bugs, but you can't really do anything. Now I try to do the shelf. I could do better shelves. This was like my first time making one from scratch and not using the prefabs. This turned out pretty well. This turned out my favorite. I did try to change it with metal and just ended up doing the Adobe clay. Adobe clay? How do you say this? I'm putting in some boxes, and I just had trouble, doing anything. And I put this little hanging place for like the brooms and the rakes, and then I realized that they don't have any holes to put it on, so then I just use a shovel. And now I'm putting in the broom and just like trying to find a way to lay it out, like what I would do, with like just finding a way to shove it in. I'm putting in like a little hose, and then I'm putting in a drain to clean the area. Like you'd see this is supposed to be a backstage area. This isn't open to the guests. It's supposed to be for the keepers. I'm putting in like a little vent, and I do end up playing around with these vents. I really like using them. They're really fun. Like if you can make an entire vent system, and it's the little things that make it fun to experiment with, and it looks like a real zoo. So here's what we have, and I'm putting like a little vent area. I have trouble with them, so now I'm gonna put this in putting in the vents and putting like vent ducts. Obviously they're supposed to pretend to be running through, and then I put an air conditioning unit, and now I'll start the gutters, the drains. I think I really like the drains at the end, so they were really fun with that. And just copying, pasting to each end, deleting that, and now putting in the gate. So the idea is for the gate to be closable. Obviously, you don't have mechanics like that in this game. I don't think we ever will. We are getting baby dinosaurs, so that's like the biggest mechanic I think we're getting. And then putting in like a little handle for keepers to close the gate at nighttime and put the velociraptors in the hard shelter, or their den. I didn't see any handles, like pre-made handles, so I just made my own. Again, this will be in the workshop if you want this, and if you want to take parts from it, feel free to do that. It's one of the best things you can do, just taking stuff from me. But seriously, take stuff all the time. You you may not get creativity, or you just don't know how to do it. So you can take stuff from the Steam Workshop, and the skulls in my information center, I don't know what you'd call it, are from the Steam Workshop. Not the T-Rex skull, I made that by myself, but the Argentinosaurus, people made that from T-Rex skulls, and so did the Spinosaurus. And now I'm just adding in some roof. I have trouble with the light mechanic, so that's what we have here. And I'm putting like a little trim on the roof to make it look real. Put in every single bit of detail you can get. Now I'm like trying to rescale it to fit everything, which is probably my biggest challenge. Now I'm putting in the flooring. The flooring was probably the hardest, like the most time consuming and hardest thing to make it, because I'm trying not to get it to overlap and start like shaking everywhere. So there's gonna be inevitably some of that. So now I'm just working on the terrain before I work on that with like the sand, and I experiment with different types of it, and I just like this sand better. I do have problems with the water with the water brush. I end up putting in rough water because that just looks like blue, and it looks like an oasis. One of the things that I could say, if you could do better on this, one of the things that I would say, don't put so much green. It's kind of like, it's a desert. It's supposed to be barren. There's nothing living there. So don't put too much vegetation. I end up deleting all the date palms and putting in some rocks. If you're trying to look for foliage in the desert, use rocks. No tree, just rock. Putting in like a little wall here for the viewing area into the hard shelter. So now I'm going to this part, and I'm just putting in a huge wall. Copying, pasting. It's part of the best parts here. I'm grabbing up the wall and putting it to the other side. And I don't think it kind of looked like just copied, pasted over. You could definitely do it better and a lot of more work, but I just didn't really notice it at the time. I'm putting in like a little roof because I just like the way it looked over it. There's no really purpose for that. I don't know why. Now I'm putting in some flooring, so I can just fix this, because the flooring, I ended up making it look pretty good. Now I'm covering it over for the flooring, covering up the flooring for the other parts. So I'm just putting in from the main flooring area. Not much to do here. I mean, like, just gonna do this part, and I just end up copying, pasting this part to make it equal. And just adding in some rocks to this oasis. It looks pretty good at the end. And this is it. This is looking through the window, because, again, if you're like in the human view, you can't really see it through that fence. This is like the Velociraptor drinking from the oasis. And I really like the way they jump. That's all I have to say. Thanks for watching. This is nearing the end of this video. We still have like 20 seconds left, but I don't know if this is where they jump. This is the end of this video. Please like and subscribe, and until next time, bye-bye.